Here's a quick message just for you. I'm also going to give you a few scriptures to think about too, as you go about your day. I remember that I was walking outside and thought, wow, what an awesome day. The sun was shining, the air was crisp, and for a moment, everything felt just right. Have you ever had a moment where everything seemed to align perfectly? Almost like all the pieces of your life were just falling into place in ways you never expected? But then there are other days when nothing makes sense to me, when uncertainty, struggles, and battles feel overwhelming. I know, you've probably been there too. I remember feeling lost, unsure of what to do next. But looking back, I see it now. God was working hard for me. His angels were moving behind the scenes, guiding me, making sure I was exactly where I needed to be at, and just the right time too. Yes, even in the hardest moments I'm in, He was there. Crazy, I'll tell you. This uncertainty can be really unsettling. We like to have complete control, to know what's coming next. But the truth is, we don't always have the answers. Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." There have been times when I've questioned God. Why is this happening? Why can't I see the next step? But time and time again, He proves that His way is better for me. Even when I don't understand, He is leading. The moments of complete uncertainty, these are reminding me of opportunities to trust Him more. Here's the big thing. Life as a Christian isn't a smooth. Jesus never promised us an easy road or an easy gospel. And, in fact, He said the opposite. In fact, John 16 verse 33 says, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Let's take a moment to reflect. Do you realize that you are the object of this divine love? If you've ever doubted your worth, know this. God valued you so much that He gave His Son for you. Here's another one. Romans 5 verse 8 echoes this truth. But God demonstrates His own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. This means that even in your lowest moments, in your mistakes, God still loves you enough to call you His own. His love for you is not based on performance, but on who He is, faithful, merciful, and overflowing with love. There was a time when I was struggling. I felt alone, questioning if I was on the right road. The world seemed to be crushing me in, and I wondered if following Christ was all worth it. But looking back, I see how God used that time in my life to strengthen my faith. Yup, I didn't know it, but He never left me. So, if you're in a time or a spot where being a Christian feels hard, remember, God is with you. He sees your struggle, He knows your pain, and He is using this time to shape you for something greater. Ephesians 6 verse 12 tells us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." There is a battle we don't always see. The enemy wants to discourage us, to make us doubt God's plan. But here's the good news. We are not fighting any of this alone. God has given us His armor, His angels, and most importantly, His presence. When I faced spiritual warfare, I didn't always recognize it at first. The doubt, the fear, the feeling of being overwhelmed, it was an attack. But the moment I leaned into prayer and Scripture, I saw the shift. The enemy has no power over a child of God who stands firm in faith. Let me say this. If you're fighting a battle right now, put on the armor of God. Stand in His truth. You are not alone. Look around, and it's easy to feel discouraged. The world is in chaos. Darkness seems to be increasing. But this is not the time to lose hope. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Yes, things may look bleak, but God is still in control. His plan is unfolding, and nothing catches Him by surprise. As believers, we are called to stand firm, to shine as lights in the darkness. Now more than ever, We need to stay rooted in His Word and trust that He is working, even when we can't see it. So what's next? If you're wondering what's ahead, know this: God has a plan. He is moving, preparing, and calling His people to stand strong. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." The uncertainty, the struggles, the battles, they are not the end of your story or mine. Our God is leading you somewhere greater. Now, stay close to Him. Keep trusting. Keep seeking. He will never fail you. Finally, if this message resonates with you, don't stop here. Let's go into some more videos in the channel, and I've put together a playlist filled with encouragement, hope, and reminders of how God is moving in our lives. Click the link and let's keep seeking, trusting, and walking this journey together. Remember, until next time, our God is working even when we don't see it, even when life doesn't make sense. Hold on to Him. He will never let you go.